So I learned from this book, Black Reconstruction in America by W.E. Du Bois, that when the Civil War started, Black enslaved people would run away from their plantations, run away from their enslavers to join the Union Army to fight for their own freedom. But the Union Army at the beginning of the Civil War would return Black enslaved people back to their plantations, back to their enslavers, which is why you should never trust a white man wearing a top hat. Because at the beginning of the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln wanted to make it very clear that this war was not about freeing enslaved Black people. But despite being returned back to their enslavers, back to their plantations, Black people kept on leaving their plantations, kept on leaving their enslavers to join the Union Army because they wanted to be free. And so they had a strike. This is a huge strike. Black people had a strike in order to free themselves. And in addition to that, white people up north did not want to fight in the Civil War against the South because they wanted to keep slavery, because white laborers did not want to compete with free Black labor. And so the Black strike and the fact that white people were not willing to fight in the Civil War made the Union and Abraham Lincoln think, maybe we should use the people who actually want to be free to fight for their own freedom. And so they did, and they won the Civil War because Black people were fighting for their own freedom. And so the two lessons that you should learn, you could learn other lessons, but two lessons that anybody should learn from this historic moment is that A, Black people freed themselves from slavery, and B, direct action gets you the goods. Striking gets you the goods. Stop asking politicians to do shit for you. Do it yourself. If your rent is too high, stop paying your rent. If you cannot afford food, stop paying for food and find other ways to get your food. Find other ways to get your community to get the food. Because at the end of the day, politicians are here to support the ruling class and line their own pockets. They do not care about you. And I just want to finish off this by reading my favorite quote from this book, which is, "It was the fugitive slave who made the slaveholders face the alternative of surrendering to the North or to the Negroes." That's right. The South surrendered to Black people because Black people freed themselves. So read this book, Black Reconstruction in America by W.E. Du Bois, and keep fighting for freedom. Bye.